your yoga class. Hello, welcome back. My name is Linda and this is your yoga class. So today we're going to spend a little bit of time to see if we can create length along the spine, space in between the vertebrae of the spine, have all of the tendons and ligaments that support spinal movement feeling a little bit more elongated so that you have more range of motion, more flexibility, and maybe even feel a little taller when you finish this class. So we're going to start lying down. This is a nice way actually to create a little bit of easy opening along the spine. It's just to be able to spread out on the floor. We'll start with a little bit of breath work and move into the neck and shoulders and continue from there. So join me on the floor. Finding your space and coming down and just taking a little bit of time here to feel like you are fully supported by the floor. The feet are just a little bit wider than the hips, arms comfortably beside you, palms face up, just to create this sense of opening and release along the front plane of the body. And create a little smile on the edges of your mouth. And if you like, you can close your eyes through this bit of pranayama or breath work as we breathe in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth. Looking to create a little bit more effort on the exhale by just focusing on the out breath coming through the mouth. So inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And continue with a soft, gentle face, a little smile on the edges of your mouth. We're going to very slowly take our head over to the left and just let your neck come as far as it's comfortable going. When you get to that place, slowly start to turn back through center and over to the right. Once again, just as far as your neck wants to go. Important to keep the jaws relaxed here, coming over to the left side. And again, just to where the neck wants to go. Back through center. When the jaws are relaxed, the body is a little more receptive to opening and coming over to the right. This time, coming through center, over to the left as far as your neck wants to go, hold there, and then just gently dip your chin in toward your shoulder. And then gently release from that. Slowly coming through center, over to the right, as far as the neck wants to go, hold there, and then gently dip the chin in toward the shoulder. And then release. And come back. And open your eyes if you like. Take a nice deep breath in. And a deep breath out. So we're going to do a little bit of spinal lengthening through the neck. So become aware of the contact point at the back of the skull that's resting into the floor. Gently press into this contact point. Hold that level of contact. And then gently draw the chin in toward the chest. So you can feel the cervical spine elongating slightly. A little bit of traction here. And then gently release and take a breath. And one more time, pressing back into that spot, the back of the skull that's pressing into the floor. Hold that. And then draw the chin slightly into the chest. And take a breath. And wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then we're going to bring our arms a little bit more beside our hips and palms facing down. Awareness on the left arm. We're going to sweep the left arm up through the sky overhead so the back of the left hand kisses the floor. Arm sweeps back through, comes down beside the leg again. Again, one more here. Sweeping the arm through. And then back down. And then one more for good measure. Arms sweeping through. As we start to open up, down through the neck and into the shoulders. Awareness on the right arm. Bringing the right arm, sweeping it through. Back of the right hand, gently touching the floor, and then the arm sweeps back through and comes to rest beside the leg. Inhale, right arm up and through. And exhale, arm comes back down beside you. One more time, inhale, arm up and through. Arm comes back down and rests beside you. Then bring the left arm up, fingertips pointing to the sky. We're going to reach for the sky with the left arm so the back of the left shoulder blade comes off the floor, and then bring the shoulder blade back down. Reach again with the left arm, feeling that lift at the back of the shoulder, and then the shoulder rests back in. One more time for the reach, and then back of shoulder nestles in. Arm comes down, right arm up. Reach for the sky with the right arm, and bring the shoulder blade back into the floor. Reach for that shoulder blade lift, and come back down onto the floor. One more time, reach, and then come back down. And then arms in airplane, palms facing down. We're going to sweep the arms up over top of the chest, turn the palms to touch one another, and then turn them back again, arms come down. Arms come up, palms face one another and touch. Palms turn away, arms come down. Last time, arms coming up, palms touch. And so this nice turn of the palms allows for a different turn and rotation in the shoulders. So we're trying to open up the shoulders as much as we can to help the back find a little bit of length. We're going to bring the arms back down beside us. So we're going to come into scissors. So left arm up as the left arm comes down, right arm goes up. So just scissoring back and forth. Keeping the soft expression in the face. So letting the body know that it's okay to open and find space. And then one more each side. And then bringing both arms down beside. Last one here, we're going to bring both arms up together. Back of the hands kiss the floor. Arms sweep back through. Palms nestle into the ground. Inhale for the sweep through. And exhale for the sweep down. One more time, inhale up. And exhale, come down. And relax. Then awareness on the feet. We're going to draw the toes in toward one another and away from one another. So sort of circling over the back of the heel, toes away and toes in. So creating a nice little bit of opening through the hips here as they connect into the pelvis, and the pelvis connects into the lower back. So nice rotation here, toes in, toes out, and one more time, toes in, toes out. And then bring both feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. We're going to bring the left knee into the heart center, create that nice little hammock with the palms, and draw the left knee as close as you can into the heart. Keep your back of the head rooted and chin slightly down so you stay long through the cervical spine. And then hold here and then gently draw the right leg along, keeping it fully connected to the floor, and keep that left knee hugging in. Starting to create a little bit of lift at the bottom of the spine, at the coccyx, at the very end of the spine. And jaws relaxed. And breath. And then we're going to bring both feet flat again and adjust the hips if you need to. Always nice to have both hips equally rooted into the floor. And then bring the right knee in and bring it as close to your heart as you can. Keep the back of the head rooted, chin tucked in slightly, and then draw the left leg along, creating length through the back of the left leg. And with the right knee in, creating a little bit of lift at the coccyx at the top, at the bottom of the spine. And breath. And then we're going to bring the left knee in, hug both knees in, and gently rock from side to side. Just a nice little release. And so we're creating this gentle opening along the spine. We're going to take this a little bit deeper now. Coming into stillness, we're going to cross left ankle over top of right. Weave the arms on the outside of the legs. Bring your head up. Grab a hold of the outside edges of your feet So right hand grabs outside edge of left foot, left hand grabs outside edge of right foot. The head comes back down to root, and then we're going to pull the toes away from one another and hug the knees in a little closer to the heart. So you might really feel the tailbone lifting, the coccyx, even the sacrum, triangular bony plate near the bottom of the spine, creating a little bit of lift here and length at the same time. Continuing to breathe, hugging into yourself. And then gently releasing that, uncrossing the ankles. This time right ankle crosses over left. Bring your head up. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Reroot the back of your head and then pull the toes away from one another and hug the knees into the heart, creating more lift at the bottom of the spine. Also creating a little bit more opening through the hips. But back of the head stays rooted. Chin tucks in slightly so you can keep that length through the cervical spine, through the neck. And we're breathing and keeping a relaxed expression in the jaws. And then slowly release from that. Uncross the ankles and gently rock from side to side. And now we're going to come into a nice side body lengthening movement. We're going to come onto the left side of our body, finding your chair position. So supporting your head with your left arm, and then find hip on hip, knee on knee, ankle on ankle, as though you were sitting on a chair here on the floor. We're going to bring the right arm up, create chin mudra, index finger and thumb come together so you create an active expression in the hand. This fires up the inner arm line and the outer arm line, making for a stronger arm. We're going to lift the right leg up, and then we're going to draw right elbow to right knee as they come into the middle of the body, and then we're going to extend them long. And the head comes up because we're watching the movement of the arm and the leg, so knee and elbow come together, and then follow your hand as you reach arm and leg away. Coming in here, and then for the reach, this time when you reach, draw that top leg behind you a little bit. So we're tapping into the QL, quadratus lumborum, which can really create a lot of tightness in the lower back. And we're going to do this 2 more times, knee to elbow, create the reach, draw slightly behind with that long leg. 1 more time, elbow to knee, and the reach. Nice. And then we're going to slowly come up and pivot over onto the other side. So coming onto our right side, looking for the side body lengthening and QL releasing movement. So supporting the head with the right arm to begin with. Find your chair, hip on hip, knee on knee, ankle on ankle, and the left arm up. Chin mudra, index finger and thumb come together. Whenever you have an active expression in the hand, the inner arm line and the outer arm line fire up, and you have a little stronger arm protecting elbow and shoulder. Here we go. So left elbow to left knee, and then extend arm and leg long. So your head is moving here as you take a look at the knee and elbow, making contact, and then looking at your hand as you reach long. Elbow to knee. This time when you reach long, draw that top leg a little bit behind you. This is when you tap into the QL. Elbow and knee, reach long, and elbow to knee, reach. And we're going to do 1 more. Elbow to knee, and create the length with the reach, and relax from that. We're going to come on to the back body. We're going to do a little series of cats and cows, which is a beautiful movement for finding length and space along the spine. So we're going to come onto the back body, head roots, back of the shoulders rooting in equally, and back of the hips. And then from here, coming up and extending the legs long. Just a nice way to root the hips. Elbows are underneath the shoulders, palms face down, legs are long. As we inhale, we press into the forearms and the palms and lift the heart up, and our gaze is at the ceiling. You can point the toes here. And as you exhale, chin tucks into chest, let the chest collapse down, and looking at your belly button, inhale to create expansion, and exhale to draw it in and down. Again, inhale to create the lift. Exhale, draw in and down. And last one, inhale to expand and lift. Exhale, draw in and down. Now we're going to come onto the front plane of the body. Again, a cat-cow. So cat-cow is really a flexion and extension of the spine, movements that the spine is meant to do and loves to do. So we're on both hips equally, legs are long on the top of the feet, elbows underneath shoulders, forearms rooted and palms rooted. As we inhale, we're going to press into the forearms and the hips and shine our heart forward and lift our chin slightly. Exhale, round the upper back, chin comes into chest, look at your hips. Inhale, shine heart forward, gaze is forward. Exhale, round, chin tucks in, look at the hips. Inhale to expansion. Exhale to draw in and down. And one more time. Inhale for expanding. Exhale, drawing in and down. We're going to bring our hands on the floor underneath our shoulders, tuck the toes under, come up onto all fours, and press back into a nice releasing child's pose where the elbows relax, the forehead comes down toward the floor. Let the belly go soft and just shimmy out the hips from side to side if that feels good for you. And then we're going to come up onto our hands and knees for a more traditional cat-cow. And I just always cue people to bring your wrists and your knees to where you feel comfortable. We're going to tuck the toes under so we have a nice little backstop. And we're going to inhale to our cow, coming into spinal extension, gazes forward, heart shines forward, hips spread wide. Exhale as you round the back, coming into cat, chin into chest, gaze through your thighs. Inhale to your cow, let the belly go soft, hips spread. Exhale into cat. And we do one more time. Inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. And bring the knees together. Keep the toes tucked under and bring the glutes toward the heels. And we're just going to rest in here for a little bit in hero's pose. And last, cat-cow here. So palms resting on the thighs. As we inhale, we're going to take our heart forward and up, and gentle tilt of our gaze up. Exhale, round the back, chin into chest. Inhale to shine forward and lift. Exhale to draw in and down. Inhale into extension. Exhale into flexion. Yeah. Cat-cow, just a great way to find space along the spine. We're going to do, I think that's probably enough cat-cows. There's still a number of other ways you can do this, but bringing the spine into that extension and flexion, a beautiful way to open up the body. So we're going to come up into standing any way that you like, and I'm going to just take a little drink. Always having your water close. And we're going to do this nice swinging of the arms movement that's designed to unwind the lower back. The lower back having the most range of motion along the spine, so this is a place that can get tight fairly easily. And so this movement of the arms swinging is a great way to unwind a tight lower back. So feet comfortable distance for you, and then just swinging the arms one way and then the other. And so this is with intention. So, not like this, sort of just hanging out, but with real intention to create this swing and centrifugal force. So we get this nice pull on the lower back as it has a chance to create a little bit of unwinding. And as always, relaxed face, so the body's more receptive to the opening. Just noticing. Sometimes it's nice just to be quiet and notice how this feels in your body. Keep bringing that mind-body connection into your practice. And then we're going to very slowly bring this down. And then just notice the vibration in the body, appreciating the vibration and its ability to open up energy channels in the body. So then we're going to bring right hand just below the belly button, palm faces up, and then left arm up and palm faces the sky. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, switch the hands. So left palm up below, right palm up above. Breathe in, exhale, and do the switch. Inhale, and do the switch. One more time, inhale, and do the switch. And then bring your hands to heart. Nice. So we're going to come into, we've done quite a bit of the flexion and extension with the variations in cat-cow. And now we have a chance to do lateral flexion, taking the spine from side to side, which the spine is meant to do. But we don't do this often enough, I think, in our normal day. So we're going to start nice and easy. We're just going to bring the arms up and swing from side to side. Soft feet, so just coming off the ground a little bit, just letting it be a little bit free. Sometimes it's lovely just to move with freedom, you know, just not having to worry about form. Just kind of let the body take you through it. But starting to bring this lateral movement into the spine, and then coming into stillness where we plant the feet, bring the arms up, and then just swing over from side to side. When you do this, when the arms come to the right, make sure that left foot doesn't get light. You want to stay rooted. Same thing when the arms come left, you want the right foot to stay rooted. Side to side. You can come to the right, let that right arm come behind you. Come over to the left, let the left arm come behind you. And then release. This time coming up, bringing the palms together and drawing over to the right, over to the left. You can make this even a little bit more challenging by bringing the big toe mounds together and then creating that lateral flexion. And if you don't like this, then you just open up your base of support so you have a little bit more space between the feet. And inviting the spine to find length and opening this way. And then release the arms. Whew. We're going to cross left ankle over right. We're going to bring the arms up. We're going to gather the left wrist with the right hand and draw the left arm over to the right. And then as you hold here, take the left shoulder back and right hip forward. And then release, uncross the legs. This time right foot crosses over left, bring the arms up. Left hand grabs a hold of right wrist, draw the right arm over to the left. And then think about the right shoulder drawing back and the left hip drawing forward. Ooh. Yeah. And then release from that and step out. It's now a great big movement for the body that's great for fascial hydration, and it's wonderful for really the whole body, but in particular the spine gets a chance to really move big. So we're going to sweep the arms over to the right and come up on that left toe so the hip comes with you. Sweep the arms over to the left, come up onto the right toe. And then we just sweep from one side to the other, creating as much movement and dynamic flow as you can. Feeling the neck, the shoulders, all along the back, hips getting some lengthening too. I just call this golf swings, but it's a great fascial hydration movement. I'm going to do one more each side. Woo, and then come down. Whoa. And so a little bit of balancing. So one thing to do before you do balancing work is cross the imaginary line that runs down the middle of the body. Bring your left hand over to your right shoulder. Bring your right hand over to your left shoulder. So now you've crossed the middle of the body. Whenever you do this, both hemispheres of the brain light up. And that's nice to have, really, whenever you're going to do something challenging. But when you go to balance, it's nice to have both hemispheres awake. So we're going to bring our weight into the right foot and just bring your left leg off. Nice. Come over to the left foot, bring your right leg off. Come over to your right foot and hold for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. Left foot, weight comes in. Right leg off, hold for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. So then we're going to just deepen with this. We're going to come into stand in. Weight comes into the right foot. Left leg comes up. We're going to flex the left foot and arms come up. Hold this balance. And then to the other side. So weight into the left foot. Right leg comes up. Right foot flexes. Arms up. In, stand in. And then come down. We're going to do that one more time each side. Stand in with the left leg coming up. Come over here. Stand in. Right leg coming up. So we're going to add on to this balance. And whenever we do a balance, you can always use the support of the wall. If that just makes you feel more comfortable. But this balance, we're also going to do a spinal lengthener, side body lengthener as well. So it's got a couple of different important elements wrapped into the same movement. So we're going to bring our weight into our right foot, a little micro bend in the right knee, supporting the joint. We're going to bring left leg up, right arm up, and then the right elbow and left knee are going to come together in front of the body and then extend long. Elbow to knee, and then create length. Elbow to knee, and create length. And release. So not only are we trying to find length along the spine when both feet are planted, we're also trying to find it when we're balancing. So just taking the movement and balancing element a little bit deeper. So balancing into the left leg, a little micro bend in the left knee. Left arm up, bring the right knee up, elbow to knee, and extend left arm and right leg long. Elbow to knee, extend long. So I do chin mudra with my left hand. My arm is just a little bit stronger, and I flex the right foot. And then shake it out, or bounce it out. Just anything. Anytime your body says to you, just do this, listen to your body and do this. Even if I'm not doing it, it can be anything. And I'm going to take a big breath in. And exhale, hands to heart. So we do a little forward folding and a little halfway lift. Another nice way to get length along the spine. So a comfortable stance. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring hands into heart. Bend the knees first and then take the tailbone up to the sky. As you find your forward fold, letting the head dangle, letting the arms dangle, and allow for as much bend in the knees as feels good in your lower back. When you're in forward fold, you don't need to be fully extended through the knees. If it feels good in your lower back to have some bend in the knees, then go for that, right? I like it myself. I just create a little bit of bend, and it feels so much nicer. It's also nicer on my hamstrings, but here we are hanging out. And then we're going to inhale to halfway where we do extend through the knees. We're going to bring our arms up into airplane, palms facing down, gazes at the floor. And imagine you've got a pencil resting on the spine in the middle of your back. Draw your shoulder blades in to hug into the pencil so it doesn't fall off. And then release back into your forward fold. Maybe even bend the knees a little bit deeper. It just felt good for me to do that. Inhale to your halfway. Coming back into airplane arms, draw shoulder blades into the middle of your back, and then back into forward fold. Bend the knees deeply. Strong feet press into the floor as you bring yourself back up, and hands to heart. So we're going to do a nice full body flow now that we've warmed the body up. And this is a great movement for the spine as we find length, and then we come down and find length again. So another nice comfortable stance here. You're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale to cactus arms, and then arms come behind you, palms touch. Bend the knees deep, rotate through the shoulders as you bring the arms in front, back of the hands touch in front, and then you press up, keeping the back of the hands pressed into one another. So here we go. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, arms behind, palms touch, arms in front, back of the hands touch, come up tall. And then just find a flow to this. So we're doing this beautiful lengthening movement through the spine, but also with the different movement of the hands, there's a different rotation getting experience in the shoulders. And of course, we're doing nice big deep knee bends, so hips, knees, and ankles, getting some delicious opening and movement. So do one more, cactus, arms behind, through, coming up, and release. So we're going to come into goddess, taking the feet a little wider than the hips, toes point out. So when we bend into our knees, we're tracking over our toes. And of course, our goddess, we come up and we find cactus arms. Belly hugs into spine, tailbone reaches down, crown of the head reaches for the ceiling, holding strong. And we're going to bow into ourselves, bringing left elbow toward right knee. Come back up to cactus. Right elbow toward left knee. Come back up to cactus. Down. Come back up to cactus arms in your goddess. And right elbow to left knee. Back into your goddess. Sweep up. Breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Going to bend back into the knees. I'm going to reach left arm up and then bring the left elbow toward right knee. Come back up and reach left arm over to the right. And then reach up with the right arm. Bring right elbow to left knee and reach right arm over to the left. One more each side. Big lengthening here as you bring left elbow down toward left knee. Find the hugging in and then reach over. Lateral flexion again, and right arm reaches up, right elbow to left knee, and then the lateral flexion here as the arm draws over. Whew. And then inhale, and hands to heart. And then heel toe the feet in. So we're going to do a little down dog, and we're going to hold down dog. And the reason that we're going to hold down dog with a little bit of movement is we're going to try and hydrate the large fascial plate that resides at the back of the pelvis. This is another way to find a little bit of length along the spine. So we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, bend the knees, then take the tailbone up, finding your length. Hands walk out on the floor. And so finding your down dog, you want that inverted capital letter V look with the tailbone, the tallest part of the body. And so for each of us, it'll be a little bit different in terms of where our feet and our hands are, but find your inverted capital letter V. And we're going to hang out here. Going to draw alternate heel toward the floor and just paddling it out, breathing and looking to hydrate that fascial plate, hoping to find a little bit more release and lengthening along the spine. And we're breathing, relaxed face, and then coming into stillness. With your gaze at your feet, walk your hands toward your feet, bend your knees deeply, and inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to come back down onto the ground, and we're going to do that by way of forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, then take the tailbone up. Maybe a little inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold, and come down onto your hands and knees. And just come into your cat-cow here. So wherever you like the feet, wherever you like the hands, breathe in as you bring your gaze forward. Let the hips spread wide. Exhale as you round the back, head hangs heavy. And 2 more cycles at your own breath as you inhale to your cow and exhale to your cat. Whew. They're going to come right down onto the front plane of the body. So this is a nice way to come into a fairly easy back bend is by coming down onto the front plane. So extending the legs long, you're on top of the feet, and going to flare the elbows out, hand on hand. And bring your forehead to rest on the back of your top hand. And then just shift about so you feel like you've got length. And so here, just taking 3 cycles of breath and letting your body find this opening in this pose. Big breath in and big breath out. For some people, back bending is hard, and this is a nice way to start if you want to try and bring more extension, back bending into your spine, is to just spend time on the floor. And one more breath. We're going to slide our hands along the floor so they come underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, press up onto all fours, and all the way back into closed knee child's pose. So the knees come together, arms extend long. Active child's pose, so the head hovers, your nose is like 1 inch or 2 away from the floor, arms are long. I just like a little micro bend in my elbows, and breathe in through the back of the lungs. So the back lungs have a little bit more breath capacity than the front of the lungs. So it's kind of nice to practice your breathing in and out through the back of the lungs. Another way to create space and opening through the back and the spine. Press back up into all fours, and we're going to come onto the back body with a nice spinal twist. The spine loves to twist, and when we stop doing twisting, we really limit our range of motion and our ability to do as many of the things that we want to do in our life. So let's come into a nice spinal twist. So coming onto the back of the shoulders, the back of the head, back of the hips. We're going to bring the left foot into the middle of our stance and cross the right leg over top. And just lie comfortably here and just let that lower right leg flop forward and back. Just kind of teasing the body to relax and release through this twist. Of course, we have our little smile, jaws relaxed, and then bring that leg into stillness. And we're going to inhale to prepare. And then as we exhale, the knees are going to draw over to the right. And we're going to sweep the left arm along the floor, and it's going to come to rest into our left ear as we turn our head to the left. And if you don't like your head turned in the twist, you can bring it back to the neutral place where you're looking at the ceiling. And so just breathing through this spinal twist. Imagining length being created along the spine. It's amazing how powerful your brain is when you think about something, how you can actually make it happen. And we're going to slowly bring the head back into neutral and bring that left arm down and belly button to spine as you draw the knees back toward the ceiling. Uncross the legs and come back into that equal rooting in the back of the shoulders, back of the hips. This time we're going to have right foot in the middle of our stance and cross the left leg over the right. And come into that nice little floppy movement with the lower left leg where we're just sort of teasing the body into thinking it's okay to release, it's okay to find length. This is a good thing. And then come into stillness. We're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, going to draw the knees over to the left. Sweep the right arm along the floor and tuck it in beside your right ear as you turn your head to the right. And again, if you don't like your head turned, you're just bringing the cervical spine into the twist. If you don't like that, you can bring your gaze back to the ceiling. And as you hold the twist, deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out. heads back to neutral first. Hug belly button to spine, bring the knees back to face the ceiling, uncross the legs. And we're going to come into a nice neutralizing movement for the whole spine. We're going to take our feet wider than our hips and allow the inside of the knees to rest against one another. Arms come into airplane at 3 and 9 o'clock, and the palms face up. And our gaze is at the ceiling. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up over top of the chest. Right arm comes in front of left. Completely cross the arms and let them drape over the chest. So we're not holding on to the shoulders or the elbows or the wrists. The fingers are floppy. We're creating heavy arms. And we keep the back of the head rooted into the mat and just gently draw your chin into your chest and slowly turn your head from side to side. Jaws relaxed. Just sending a neutralizing message down the spine with this nice easy turn of the head. Come back into stillness, gazes at the ceiling. Inhale, arms open, back into airplane, and exhale. And then inhale, arms sweep back through the sky. Left arm crosses in front of right this time, and find those folding, draping arms where they start to get very heavy. Back of the head stays rooted, chin tucks slightly into the chest, and turn your head from side to side slowly and gently. And sending a neutralizing movement down the spine. Jaws stay relaxed. And then head comes back into neutral. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, arms come down beside you. And then we're going to slowly take one leg long at a time. We're going to come into a nice big 5-star and a passive 5-star. So we've got lots of space between the hands, lots of space between the feet. And we're just letting the whole front plane of the body find length. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then bring the arms about 45 degrees to the body. And the legs come in a little closer, but feet are still just a little bit wider than the hips. Toes floppy, fingers released. Back of both shoulders equally rooting into the floor. Back of both hips the same. And jaws gently part. So final relaxation pose where we let the body find its new place while we come into stillness. And it's nice to do this with the eyes closed and let yourself become completely attuned to what's happening to the internal experience. And jaws relaxed, tongue floats in the mouth. And all of the muscles melt over all of the bones. And let's float along together in stillness and silence, and I will bring you back. I invite you to take a deep breath in And a deep exhale. Bring gentle movement into the periphery of your body. Gently turn your head from side to side. And if it feels good to lengthen any way along the floor, do that as you listen to your body. And then gently open your eyes and draw one foot flat and then the other, and then one knee into the heart and then the other. Lightly hug the knees in and gently rock from side to side. And then roll over onto whatever side you like. And very slowly and gently bring yourself back up to a seated position, and we'll close our practice together. As we inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms out in front. Exhale, arms open wide. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands into heart center as you bow into yourself. And bow into the love and light within you. It's always a privilege for me to teach, so thank you for that. And the love and light within me honors the love and light within you. Namaste. Thanks so much, and we'll see you for the next class pretty soon.